I'm excited to be here. Are we fired up? All right. Well, when Coach Huster, he asked me if I would speak to you guys, I said yes right away. There's two things I love more than speaking, and that's talking about football, talking about life. And I'm really humbled and honored to get to share with you guys. You're a great bunch of guys. I watched you a little bit out of the field tonight. There's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential. And Coach Hubie and his coaching staff, they really believe in you guys. And belief, as I talk a little bit more and more, you're going to find how important belief is. But they really, really believe in you. And they asked me to come here to help you to get to the next level. And that's what I'm here to do. And if you listen closely, I promise you that you will get better as a football player and a man today. So I want you to listen close and hold on, and it's going to be about 25 minutes or so, but just focus, because the people that listen close and listen the most, they're going to have more playing time. And I truly believe that. So, first thing I want to do is ask you guys, I want you to think in your head to answer this question is, why did you come to the Mount? Was it the location? Was it the awesome coaching staff? The tremendous facilities? Was it the swag uniforms? I saw the new white helmets tonight. Those are going to look pretty good. Was it Coach Hubie? Or was it somebody here at the university? Or did you look at that depth chart and you saw there might be an early chance for playing time? My son Garrett actually was looking for some place to go about 4 years ago. And he went to 10 different colleges and universities. And he narrowed it down to 2. Both of them had awesome coaching staffs. Both of them really wanted Garrett. Both of them had cool unis, tremendous facilities. The other school offered him a lot more money and had a lot nicer campus and a larger campus. But the Mount had the phenomenal Doctor of Physical Therapy program and the passionate Coach Hubie. And a few years later, I also found out that it was 100 miles closer to his girlfriend. Women. Well, that girlfriend, she is long gone. But Coach Hubie, Coach Huster, Coach Hopperton, Coach Thompson, Coach Rogers, they're all still important in Garrett's life. And the Doctor of Physical Therapy program, it's going great. He's still here at the Mount. And most importantly, the Mount still wants him. And ultimately, that's why every single one of you guys are here today. Because somebody on this coaching staff, they want you to be here. They believe in you. This is the 25th team to play for the Mount. The very first team to play is Mount St. Joseph University. This is going to be a special year. A very, very special year. You know that 1.1 million young men play high school football. Only 68,000 have the privilege to suit up and play college. Let me put it in a different perspective. I don't know how many people we have exactly in this room, but if we were all high school recruits, only 6 or 7 of you would be going on to play for a college team. So it's a very, very small percentage. So you're getting to do something that you love to do at a different level. And you know, you guys need to come together as a team. And how many of you want one of these babies? Yeah. Right? Isn't this the goal or the dream? What we want to accomplish? Well, guess what? I believe you guys can do it. I truly believe you can. I watched this team last year, and you were one game away from sharing the conference title. And this team's going to be better than last year's. And I know the coaching staff believes it, but each and every one of you guys got to believe it also. And we're going to have to learn to play together as a team. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to come together as a team. You're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to push yourself. The very, very first thing that we have got to do, we have got to get rid of the negative. The things that are holding us back. The bad thoughts. The bad ideas. Did you know that you can achieve anything you want? My dad used to tell me that all the time. The thing that stops most of us is right here, right between our ears. You've got to learn to develop a positive mindset, to believe that you can do it, to have a positive attitude. If you think you can, and if you think you can't, you're right. My dad used to always tell me, Steve, it's what you do when nobody's watching that's going to determine your greatness. What are you doing when nobody's watching? Are you studying? Are you watching film? Are you running staging steps? Are you in the weight room? Are you in the classroom? Are you thinking positively about yourself and believing in yourself? Are you encouraging your teammates? Do you think positively about this team? Because we need everybody to do it. We got to all go in the same direction. One of the biggest things I want to teach you guys today is that it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't. That's the past. I want you to learn from it, but it doesn't matter anymore. And we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, do we? I want you guys to learn to enjoy every single moment and be your greatness today. All right, I want all the freshmen to raise their hand. Oh, there's a good looking group of guys. Okay, I want everybody to listen to what I say, but this is especially for the freshmen. Never, never, never give up. You know what happens to most freshmen after their first year? They quit. Guess what? If you quit, you can't play. I guarantee it. Now, if you stick it out, I can't promise you'll play. But if you stick it out, and you work hard, and you believe in yourself, and you bust it every single day, you give it your all, you're positive, you got that good mindset, you grow and get better every single day, someday you're going to get your opportunity. And the question is, will you be prepared when you get that opportunity? I'm going to tell you a story about a young man named Bennett Detlinger. He grew up with my son Garrett, and they played football from Pee Wee all the way through high school. Let me tell you a little bit about Bennett. He was not fast. He was slow. He was not quick. He did not have athletic ability. He did not have football talent. But you know what he had? He had a big heart. And he believed in himself. And he had a positive attitude, a positive mindset. And when Garrett and Bennett went out for the Louisville High School football team, Louisville male high school football team, there were 90 guys that went out for that team. And Bennett didn't play a single down all season. Varsity, JV, or freshman. But guess what? He went to practice every single day with a positive attitude and a positive mindset. And his goal was to get just a little bit better every single day. The season ended, and Bennett went to work. He went to work out, he went to the weight room, ran stadium steps, did agility drills, every single day to get just a little bit better. Sophomore season shows up. Guess what happens? Over half the freshmen quit. Not Bennett. Bennett's determined. He has a dream. He believes in himself. And what happens his sophomore season? Same thing that happened his freshman season. Didn't get to play at all. He went to practice every single day, and he had that good attitude. And you know, the people that were around him developed that attitude too. Positive attitude, a positive mindset. That next off season, he knew he had to work harder than he did the previous off season. Junior year, same thing happens. But he goes to practice every single day with a good attitude to get just a little bit better. Senior season gets here, and he wins a starting position on the kickoff team. So guess what? He gets to play at least one play every game. Male scored a lot, Slade, 5, 6, 7 times a game. He would actually get to play. And after his high school career was over, guess what? He wanted to play college football. And he went on a couple visits with Garrett, and the coaches asked him for his film. He had no film. But if you want something bad enough, you find a way. And he found the school in Chicago, Division III, the North Park Vikings. And they really liked his attitude, his work ethic, his effort. And he went up there, and guess what? The first 3 years, what happened? Same thing as in high school. He went to work every single day to get a little bit better. The biggest thing that really happened there was that he influenced the people around him to get more positive and work harder and develop a better work ethic. And pretty soon his unit got better. And then the defense got better. But he didn't play it. He got to play when they were getting blown out. By the way, this team, when he first started going there, they didn't win games at all. His senior season, he finally gets an opportunity. He wins a starting linebacker position. Did he succeed overnight? Heck no! It's been over 10 years of him working every single day to get just a little bit better. But he's prepared for his opportunity. In the third game of the season, the first conference game, Bennett won the Defensive Player of the Week award in the conference for making 12 tackles, recovering a fumble, and at the end of the game, he intercepted the ball to seal the win. The first win, it was a 24-22 win, the first win that they've had since the year 2000. They hadn't won a game in 89 straight games in the conference. And by the way, Augustine is in that conference. They beat Augustina last year also. Did Bennett do it by himself? No. But he influenced a lot of people around him with his positive attitude and his work ethic and his willing to get better every day. And the people around him did the same thing. And as a team, they won more and more games. Bennett ended up being the leading tackler on his team last year. The second team all-conference. Wow, what a success story. From this little guy that had no skill, no speed, no talent, he just had a big heart. And he believed in himself, and he was determined. You know, Garrett, my son, he asked me, he said, "Are you going to tell the Bennett Dellinger story?" I said, "Of course I am." And he said, "You know, there's going to be guys that don't relate to that. So I'm going to relate to you right now. Because in some portion of your life, you're going to be like that. But if you're the guy that has all the God-given talent, and you're fast, and you're strong, if you think you're just, and you played all through high school and you were a superstar, you're not going to glide through. If you glide through, you're going to be average. But if you do what Bennett did, and you get a little bit better every single day, you're going to have a picture on Coach Huey's wall. You're going to be All-American. All right. How many sophomores and juniors do we have in here? All right, sophomores, congratulations, you didn't quit. Juniors, I'm proud of you guys too. What I want to talk to you guys about is priorities and adversity. You see, it's very, very important to have your priorities in order. And this next slide says it all. This should be your first priority. Your Lord and Savior. If you keep God number one, everything always works out. Let me tell you that again. It always works out. Now, it might not work out the way you planned it, or the way you wanted it to work out, but it always works out. Your second priority should be your family. And I'm talking about blood, I'm talking about your friends, and I'm talking about your football family. You need to learn to put people in front of yourself. The third priority should be yourself. And you need to work on yourself. And you need to get better every single day in mind, body, and spirit. After that, and you need to develop integrity and honor. And you got to work on that. That's something that, we all fail with. But you need to learn to always tell the truth, to always do what's right, to always do your best, to treat other people like you want to be treated. You can't always do it. You mess up. I mess up too. But that should be the goal. The next priority needs to be whatever brings in money. Your job, your career, your school that's going to help you get that way. And then last but not least, and I know college students are going to hate me now, but your last priority should be your recreation, your fun. But guess what? You can have fun whatever you're doing. And it's okay to hang out with your buddies, play PlayStation, and do all that. But just don't make it a top priority. Keep your priorities in order. You'll be able to make the tough decisions. Because guess what? We're going to talk about adversity. There will be tough decisions. Life isn't just good times. Ups, there's downs also. And it's really important how you handle those times. We all go through challenges. We're all struggling. But you know what? If you didn't have the bad times, you wouldn't know what good times were, would you? Without defeat, there is no victory. So, learn I figure out right now. I got old timers. Sometimes it kicks in. All right, somebody tell me what I just said, what I just talked about. See how you're listening.
Priorities.
Priorities and adversity. We're talking about adversity. Okay. See, I'm going through some adversity right now. Challenges. So, we all have them. I have them. Your coaching staff has them. I know all of you have them. It could be all different kinds of things. Financial, could be health, could be playing time, could be school, could be alcoholism, a death in the family, peer pressure. There's all kinds of problems. We all have them. But you have to learn how to deal with them. You have to learn how to overcome. And guess what? If I can teach you one thing, if you can learn how to find the positive in the negative, how to make lemonade out of lemons, how to find the silver lining when you're going through the troubles, because that's what growth is. When you learn to handle adversity, you're growing, you're becoming. Enjoy that moment and be your greatest today. All right, seniors. I want all the seniors to stand up. All right. These are your leaders right here. You guys can sit down now. These are the guys that have been through the battles, the ups and the downs. They haven't given up. They understand priorities. And I have a special mission for the leaders. It's your team, seniors. This is my gift to you. The mission that I have for you is to get this team all to hold on to the rope. Every single person in this room, every single player, every level, hold on to the rope and pull in the same direction. And every once in a while, somebody's going to fall off that rope, and it's the senior's job to get that, bring that guy in. Because all of you guys are pulling in the same directions, that's when you're going to be really successful. So, seniors, you need to lead by example. And it's really the seniors' job to help build the other classmen to be leaders. Because the more leaders we have on this team, the easier it'll be all of us pulling in the same direction. So the seniors are going to have to lead by believing in themselves, believing in the team, uplifting their fellow players, showing them how to get through adversity, pushing themselves, persevering, growing, and keep pushing. So, when my boys were growing up, I always taught them, you got a dream, you got to believe in that dream, you got to prepare, you got to work hard, and keep working and working and working. Because someday you're going to get your opportunity, and you need to enjoy every moment along the way. I also told them, I said, you need to find something that you love to do. Because if you love doing what you're doing, it's not going to be work. You're going to enjoy it. So I'm going to finish up with one more story about my older son, Nathan. When he was 13 years old, he was really, really big into baseball. As a matter of fact, he was on a 13-year-old AAU team, and their goal was to be state champions, because that particular year, if you qualified, you got to play in the brand new Louisville Slugger field. Wow, wouldn't that be cool as a 13-year-old? But they qualified, but it was never meant to be because the game was rained out and they had to reschedule on a local high school field. Now this team had lots of success. They played regional tournaments all throughout the Midwest, and they won. They were very, very successful, but they had adversity. As 13-year-old boys, they were all pallbearers because one of the teammates committed suicide. Their head coach got in a car accident and was in intensive care for weeks and weeks and weeks. And they didn't know if he was going to live. He ended up living. But this was just another slap in the face of disappointment to a 13-year-old boy. So I want to fast forward 12 years. My company is sponsoring a game for the Louisville Bats at Louisville Slugger Field. And they asked if I want to throw out the first pitch. And I asked them, would it be okay if my son did? And they said, sure. And they expected my son, not a 25-year-old. But they announced on the loudspeaker the story that I just told you. And the last sentence before he threw his first pitch, making his pitching debut 12 years later, Nathan Griner. And that was a special moment for us. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, if he would have never been denied playing in that stadium when he was 13, he probably would have never thrown out the first pitch when he was 25. And at 25, listen, because a lot of you are going to relate to this, he was struggling to find a job, a career in the very, very competitive sports industry. But at that game, he found out about the winter meetings, that year being held in Nashville, Tennessee. And every year, winter baseball, all the teams go somewhere in the United States, the Major League, AAA, AA, and Single A. And they ramp up for hiring the next season. They have seminars, all kinds of things going on. And it's only 3 hours away, so Nathan drives down there, and the first day he figures it out pretty fast. They post, all the teams post their job opportunities. If you're interested, you submit a resume. If they're interested in you, they interview you. First day, he submits 8 resumes. Doesn't get a single interview. Second day, he submits 30 resumes. Doesn't get a single interview. And Nathan's no slouch. He has a bachelor's degree in sports management, a master's degree in sports administration, and he was the equipment manager for Eastern Kentucky football team for 4 years. So he has experience and college. Third day in, it's looking a lot more grim because there's not as many postings anymore. He submits 10 more resumes. And he gets an interview with the Louisville Bats. Swing and a miss. Doesn't get the job. So he's a little bit discouraged, and he calls me up and he says, Dad, it's just not going. And I said, Nathan, keep swinging. You got to believe, and you got to never give up. And it only takes one, and it may not happen till the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The next day, the very last interview of the day, he got an interview with the Mobile Bay Bears for the assistant stadium operations manager. He got the job. Boom, it's a hit. He's excited. He got his foot in the door. That's all he wanted. But guess what? It's very low paying. He has no idea how he's going to make it, but he's going to move down to Mobile because he's going to bust his butt and he's going to make a name for himself. And somehow he's going to find a way. So he goes down to Mobile. 2 weeks into the season, they need an assistant clubhouse manager. He starts helping out there. He's doing such a great job, they give him both jobs. Now he has 2 jobs. They're paying him double. And that job, he gets tips from the players. So before the game starts, he's assisting the stadium operations manager. During the game, he's in the clubhouse. Fast forward 1 year, he gets promoted to stadium operations manager. And they give him a raise, can afford to live, and guess what? He loves his job. And this is the exciting part for me. He says, Dad, I wake up every morning and I'm excited. I don't have to go to an office building. I don't have to go to a construction site. I don't have to go to a factory. I don't have to go to a restaurant or the mall. Or I don't have to go to school anymore. I get to go to a stadium to work. And when the Mobile Bay Bears are in town, he goes in at 9 in the morning. And they usually play at 7:05 p.m. And he's there well after midnight. He's putting in the hours, but he's loving it. The hours don't matter because he loves it. So this is your stadium. The place that you come to after school to do work. The work that you love to do. You remember what I said earlier? It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It really doesn't matter what happened yesterday. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? So you need to deem your greatness today. There's going to be some days that you're going to come to this place that you love to do work. And you're not going to get any interviews. You're not going to get any chances. You're not going to get any opportunities. You know what I want you to do? I want you to get a little bit better every single day. In mind, body, and spirit. Be your greatest today anyway. There's going to be some days you're going to come to the place you love to come, and you're going to get the opportunity, and you're going to get knocked flat on your face. You're going to mess up. You might get injured. You're going to go through adversity. And you know what I want you to do? I want you to pick yourself up. And I want you to do the hardest thing to do. And that's to try to find the positive in in that negative. The positive in adversity. You learn something. You're going to grow. Somehow you're going to help somebody else because of what you're going through. And if you keep coming back to the place you love to play, the place you love to work, day after day after day, and you believe in yourself, and you believe in your teammates, and you're positive, and you're excited, and you're enthusiastic, and you love what you do. And you keep working harder and harder, and when you've worked as hard as you can, you keep working, and you keep persevering, and you're relentless. I heard about that. You're relentless, and you don't stop, and you keep going and going and going and going. Someday, you're going to get your opportunity. Your opportunity. And when you get your opportunity, be great. Be your greatness today.